piece for Salon.com, you talk about how you are mourning Judaism, writing in part, quote, increasing numbers of Jews have abandoned the religion of compassion and identification with the most oppressed, and instead come to worship power and to rejoice in Israel's ability to become the most militarily powerful state in the Middle East. Explain what you mean.
Well, Judaism came into the world as a critique of the empire and the view of the world that says that security can be achieved through domination and power over others. And it came with a different vision and said, no, security can be achieved through love and care. And our Torah says, when you go into your land, remember to love the stranger, not just live peacefully. Love the stranger, treat the other with real caring and respect. Unfortunately, Israel's occupation of the West Bank and the blockade of Gaza has been the opposite. It has been a policy of oppression and domination without any serious attempt to negotiate a final peace agreement. And for years, Israel has complained that there was no point in negotiating with the Palestinian Authority because they didn't really represent Hamas.
Rabbi,
then Hamas agreed to be part of the negotiations and Israel cut it off.
Let me ask you this. Hamas is a terrorist organization.
And I have no sympathy for them.
So you're not
Yes.
talking about Hamas, the love and care part, right?
No, no, of course not. But the way to end this struggle is to end the occupation of the West Bank and the blockade of Gaza. And I understand why Hamas is not jumping for the ceasefire accord right now, because while the blockade has gone on, the people of Gaza have suffered terribly. Hundreds of children dying every month of malnutrition because the blockade keeps them from getting the food and the equipment that is needed for adequate health care in Gaza.
In terms of what's going on now, what's your assessment of what Israel is doing in Gaza?
I can answer you with two words: a war crime. My government is now engaged in a massive war crime, killing hundreds of innocents. It's not just a war crime against the Palestinians, it's a crime against the Israeli people. And on behalf of thousands of Israelis that are demonstrating right now in the streets of Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem, and in many other places, with Palestinians, with internationals, people from all kind of background and all parts of the Israeli society are completely ashamed and against this crazy assault. We know that you cannot kill, as Jewish people, we know that you cannot kill the desire of people to be free. As a Jewish person that was raised on all these values of liberation and humanity and freedom, we cannot kill the desire of the Palestinian people to live in freedom. And on behalf of those people in Israel and in the world, I want to call the international community, the Jewish community in the world, and everyone that listens to me now, please join our force to stop this massive killing. Please, for the sake of Israel, for the sake of Palestine, and for the sake of the world, I want to cry and to shout and ask you, people are dying right now. The rockets, by the way, can kill also me and my parents when we work in the south, not far from Gaza. But it's crazy that my government, at the same time that people are being killed on our side, is continuing this crazy assault, thinking that they can kill the desire of millions of people to be free. It's completely insane. Eat, they cannot have medicine, they cannot go in, they cannot go out. We lock them there in a big ghetto, and we have to put the words in a very clear context. We are locking this 1.5 million people for so long, and we treat them as animals, and this is the result.